Okay, so meanwhile, I got the antenna just stuck out there. Just leaning up against the building, basically. I don't think it fell over yet. No, it didn't. Or maybe it did. I don't see it leaning. Hold on a minute. Now this is the Solarcon, the A99. Like I say, it's just leaning there. It's just stuck there. I've done none adjustments to it. I've done nothing to it. I just hooked it up, stuck it on the pole, and it's leaning there. Eventually it will go up, but it's just there. If the wind comes along, it's going to knock it over. But other than that, let's get back over here for a minute. Now this is not just an SWR meter, but we're going to use it at that at this point because I want to check the antenna and the SWRs. So hit it again, and this tells me I have a 1 to 1.15. So that's less than a 2. All right, less than a 1.2. Okay, let's put it that way. As you can see, we're definitely in the safe zone, so that's not an issue. So the return loss at this point is 23 dB. It's not a big deal, believe me. I like that little area right there. 1 to 1, 1 to 1 scares me actually. I like a little bit above. You know, 1.1 to 1, 1.1 to 2. That's what I kind of go for. Now I could check, but I'm not going to. I'm going to turn it off. Well, I may show you later. If I wanted to check it from channel 1 to channel 40, it could actually do a scan, and it'll show me the SWRs all the way across all those channels. Because sometimes it could be a real good SWR on channel 1 and a lousy SWR on channel 40. At that point, that's where we're at. So that's done. So now I can hook up that radio and we'll see what we come up with. Alright, I'm on channel 20 at this point. I listen first because I'm not on a dummy load. So whatever I do is going to be transmitted. So if I'm going to transmit, I really don't want to be stepping on anybody. So I don't hear anybody out here whatsoever, except for a lot of noise. But meanwhile, I'm on channel 20. And my SWRs are basically flat. As you can see, they're not moving that much. Now, according to the other meter, the lower 1 to 1.15 or so, which is flat. Now, what I do is on this particular meter, you got to pull out that little thing there. You adjust it so that the needle just rests in the corner. Then I push that back in, and then I key it up, and that's what I have for SWR. Now I go to power. I'm on the 10 watt scale. This radio hasn't got a lot of power to it. I think, yeah, 3 watts, that's about right. Okay. Yeah, about 3 watts. So that's where I'm at power-wise. Frequency-wise, I'm on channel 20, okay? 27205. The box isn't hooked up yet. What I did with this, I shorted out the system so that when I disconnected this Delta Tune thing, this Dynamic, this squelch, not Delta Tune, but this digital squelch thing. I disconnected that, so when I talk, I can hear myself on the speaker. So if nobody else talks to me, I can talk to myself. But why I did that is so that I can test to see how am I getting out, how am I being heard. So this gives me an opportunity to see, okay, my audio's good, I'm getting out, I'm not squealing, I'm not making any hums or feedback. All right, now if I turn the mic gain up, it will start to squeal because I'm working on the inside speaker, not an external speaker that I can place further away from me. So I can't turn the mic gain up all that much at this point. If I do, I have to back off more because I start to squeal. So the further away I get from the radio, the less feedback I'd get. Alright, so that's kind of how that works. Alright, I'm going to hook up this box. I really don't even know if it works anymore. I'm probably going to have to go through it. Hold on a minute. And let me turn that off. So the mic plugs into it. As soon as I can see. Alright. There we go. Oh, we got that mic plug on here. Ah, I have to change that. That may give me some problems. That can give me a hum or a real pain in the ass. Now let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, see? Okay. It's not letting me do anything. So that mic is not working. Why isn't that mic plug working? Because it's way down inside. So, let's do this. Let me just disconnect it from power for a minute. There we go. Let me get a little screwdriver. I knew that mic plug didn't feel right. Hey guys, how you doing? Let me see here. No, I can't get the tripod out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out these 4 screws, and I'll be right back. Alright, now isn't that a little bit of a jumbo bumbo mess-o-ruski? Okay, so what I got to do here, I say this thing hasn't been open in 20 years. Right? I mean, this is like one of the original. Oh yeah, this one was a China made. Alright, so meanwhile, let me see here. I can probably get that out of there just by undoing this screw here. This will help give me a little bit of room to work with, because I got to get down in there and check that mic. Ah, come on. Man, I'm glad I'm not doing this anymore for any type of a living. Okay, now there should be a piece, if I remember right, I think I put a piece of Velcro. Yes, I did, right there. All right, let me get this out of the way. Okay. So that's out of the way. And here's the problem. The mic plug came apart. That's supposed to be in there. So that could be an issue. That sure can. Another thing is, get it back in there with all these little wires attached. Okay, so right now, it's off. And it's also all open here, as you can see, but that's not going to concern me at this point. As long as it doesn't short out against anything, we should be okay. And naturally, it's going to want to lean up against everything and short out. Hold on a minute, I got to get a little jumper, because I got to run that board. Let me see here. Alright, so let's just put that there for now. Alright, so meanwhile, this has a modulator in it and an echo board. Right now, both are off. Hello, 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 and that's normal output on the audio out, meaning me talking to somebody. And I got it cranked up almost all the way, well, it is actually all the way up at that point. Now here's the story. If I turn on the modulator, what's going to happen is if I don't turn the mic gain down, it's going to squeal because of the feedback, because I have the talkback on. Now when the talkback is off, I can turn it up, but I won't be able to hear or monitor myself anymore, but I can turn it up so that it'll really like kick ass at this point. Hello, 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 hello. But for now, I'm going to have to turn this all the way down. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Well, that might be low enough. Let's see. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. It wasn't. But see the difference when I turn this on? Hello, hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now, except for the squeal, that's only because I got feedback. Hello, hello, hello. That's with the modulator on. Hello, 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 hello. And that's with it off. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so that's how that kind of works. And again, I'd be able to crank the mic gain up more if I turned off the monitor so that I couldn't hear myself. Alright, so that's how that works. So let me turn the mic gain back up again, only because I want to be able to hear it. Now let's turn on the echo. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5. Hello. Now I can turn it up more, but it'll start to feedback. But if once I get it adjusted, and I want it to annoy everybody, then I can get this set to right where I want it. And I just want a little depth to the voice, actually. See, there's too much echo in there right now. Hello. Hello. I'd rather have just a little reverb, because the reverb is what's going to help with the audio a little bit without annoying people. Alright, anyway, that's kind of where you're at. And that's how that works. So that's the echo reverb. Again, I can't turn on the modulator, because if I do, it's going to squeal. Unless I turn this all the way down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello. There's that squeal I was talking about. Now, if I had an external speaker, the speaker, I can put it further away from me, or further away from the microphones. The microphone being too close to the speaker, that's giving me that feedback. But once you get it set, you can just turn that off, and I can crank it up all I want. And it's probably, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 times louder than a power mic. So it does kind of get on the loud side. So meanwhile, let me turn everything off here so I can power this all back together and look it over before I put it back together. Make sure everything's working. Like I say, this hasn't been open in 20 years, maybe longer. So